Shine your light now. This time it's got to be good. You get it right now, yeah. 'Cause you're in Hollywood. 'Cause you're in Hollywood. Hollywood.
What's going on, guys? On this episode of On the Set, I'm taking a look at the Toxic Avenger remake. So the film starts off with a pharmaceutical company called BHT that's been dumping toxic waste around the city and slowly poisoning the citizens with their products. Two reporters, Melvin and JJ, are trying to expose BHT for their corruption. All of a sudden, members of a local punk band called the Killer Nuts show up and kill Melvin, with JJ barely escaping. We then meet Winston Gooze, a janitor who works at BHT. He takes care of his stepson Wade, but the two of them have a strained relationship. Behind Wade's back, Winston learns that he has a terminal brain condition and only has a year to live. So that sucks. His doctor tells him that there's a BHT medication that can help him, but unfortunately, Winston's insurance won't cover it. So, one night at a banquet, Winston pays a visit to Bob Garbinger, the CEO of BHT, and he begs him for help. But Bob, who's corrupt himself and also has ties to the mob, just laughs it off, along with his assistant, Kissy. What a douchebag. Not sure of what else to do, Winston goes back to BHT and robs them. On the way out, he bumps into JJ, who's there trying to get evidence against the company. Just then, the two are ambushed by the Killer Nuts and Winston is left for dead in a pool of toxic waste. The exposure to it transforms him into the Toxic Avenger, now with super strength and durability. He goes back to his apartment to check on Wade, but instead he has a standoff with one of Garbinger's guys and he rips his arm off. The town sees this happen and they form an angry mob to go after him. Later on, at a burger place called Miss Meat, a gang called the Nasty Lads are robbing it when Winston happens to walk by. He goes in and confronts the gang and ends up annihilating them. He even rips one of the guy's jaws off. It's a pretty brutal scene, but it's hilarious. There's also a blind chick sitting there, just like in the original film, but instead this time around, she's just a background character. After saving the people in the restaurant, the public changes their views on Winston and label him a hero. Garbinger finds out about this and wants Winston's blood to try and replicate his mutation. So the Killer Nuts kidnap Wade and take him back to Garbinger's mansion to lure Winston in. A while after, the Killer Nuts are performing at a concert when Winston shows up and kills them all. There's this one guy who wears like a rooster mask the whole movie, and when they take it off, the guy literally has a baby head. It's fucking wild. After this, Winston links back up with JJ, and together they raid Garbinger's mansion. But pretty much right away, they both get captured. Garbinger's scientists collect Winston's blood, and Garbinger drinks it, transforming him into some kind of werewolf-looking creature. Kissy, not wanting to be left out, drinks some too, and she kind of turns into something, but not really. After this, Winston gets free by peeing on himself, because he has acidic pee, and then he has a standoff with Garbinger. But before he could save Wade, the shed that he was being held in gets blown up. Oh no. The fight between them spills over into a landfill, where now, Winston, JJ, Garbinger, and Kissy all start fighting. Kissy gets taken out, and then Winston slams Garbinger onto the hood of a car, where the engine grinds him into pieces. Just then, Garbinger's brother Fritz shows up with Wade. Before the shed exploded, Fritz had a change of heart and rescued him. Following this, BHT gets shut down and all the corrupt politicians in town tied to them get arrested. As it turns out, the random blind chick in the restaurant was actually a government agent who was tracking BHT for years. Winston and Wade's relationship gets better, and Winston is labeled a local hero. The end. Well, this was an incredible movie. It had action, excitement, comedy, a lot of gore, and a lot of callbacks to the original film. Peter Dinklage was awesome in this one. I highly recommend it. Well, that was the Toxic Avenger remake, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.